Hey there, if you're listening to this podcast right now, you're probably into cryptids and monsters. Well, if you have a creative spark, you can always join us in our first ever Supernatural Selection zine project. For 2024, we are doing cryptid encounters, where you can draw or write a encounter with a cryptid of your choice, and we'll put it in the zine. The current submission window is from early January to late June. If you're interested in finding out more, you can always go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/zines. That is ZINES. Now back to the show.
Oh yeah, it's me hosting, isn't it? I'm just so used to you or
it's me,
anyone
Dio.
else. Like so, if you think of supernatural selection as 50% of our podcasting, and this is the other 50%, I only open 10% of the time,
something like that.
13% of the time. Math hard.
Bad.
And with that it is time for the distraction hole to distract us from hard math and hard life and
holes.
Well, no, we're getting the holes, so we're not being distracted from the holes.
Oh, okay.
We're falling into the hole, and we're staying in the hole. Kind of like you're in prison. They send you to the hole.
Welcome to the distraction clink.
Welcome to the distraction rhombus.
Welcome to the pop culture Hogan's Heroes.
Welcome to the distraction panopticon, where everybody is watching each other, so everybody's following the rules.
Yep.
The great escape, but escape from reality. I'm Mike. I don't know what I'm doing ever.
Hi, Mike.
And
Mike.
we also have
we don't
Kevin.
say hi to each other enough.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I mean, we say hi. I understand it's like a conceit of a show, but we say hi when we first get on the calls, and then, it feels a little redundant. It just feels like, like when you leave, you say you're leaving and you say goodbye to somebody, but then you walk back in because you forgot something, and you're like, oh, I'm back. And do you say bye again? Do you just walk out? I mean, both of them feel really awkward. So
it's all socially awkward, and I don't know how it works.
Yeah, nobody knows how it works. You just make it up. But anyway, so we have Kevin. Kevin, how are you this week?
This is cutting into my Fallout 4 time, but I'm doing good.
Hi,
I have a suspicion we're going to have a very wasteland heavy episode tonight.
Well, I don't want to set the show on fire, baby. I just want to start a flame at your heart.
I already have heartburn, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually, I don't, but yeah. And David, how are you?
Hi, I've been in the program for 3 months.
Hi, David.
Hey guys, how are you doing? It's good to be back doing the distraction hole.
Distraction Anonymous.
For the easily distracted amongst us. As much as we love doing the show, this one tends to fall on the wayside because, it's the second show.
And Sundays are tough sometimes.
Yeah, it's a second show. Yeah, Sundays are tough, and it's also kind of the more, I don't know, loose show.
Yeah.
Loosey goosey.
Look, you let me host it, okay? That shows how loose our standards for this show is.
If our shows were a family, this would be the red-headed adopted one.
This would be the one that plays with paste at the table, even though he's like 25.
He eats the paste.
Lived under power lines.
Yeah.
This is the Chris Farley from Tommy Boy of podcasts.
Fat
that's giving us a bit too much credit.
Coat.
Fat show in a little coat.
What the fuck are we doing, guys?
I don't know.
We're distracting ourselves.
That's true.
We're digging the hole deeper. So, anywho, I'm going to reach into an imaginary hat and pull out a name to go first. and it's going to be actually it's just alphabetical order. It's David's going first
Okay.
Oh shit.
because
Okay.
both his names are D's, and all of our names come after D.
Okay, Double D.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, we call him Double D.
Best character on Ed, Edd, and
are so
Eddy.
big.
So, yeah, I've been a spooky creeper boy lately. Watching a lot of horror movies. Yeah, not digging up graves or anything. That's
Necromancy and forbidden.
But yeah, so I've got that Regal Unlimited thing, which I pay like $20 a month, see as many movies as I want. So
Cool.
I've been taking time to like go see fucking movies, right? So a couple weeks ago, and I'm dying to talk about one of these movies for a few weeks now. Late Night with the Devil.
I want to see that so damn bad.
Do you have Shudder?
No.
All right, I was gonna say it's streaming on Shudder right now, but
I can get it. I
Yeah.
can get
Yar.
access to it. Like,
Yar.
well, no. I think the Film Gauge typically gets subscriptions on a regular basis. So
Yeah. Well,
which I'm excited for that one.
Well, it's neat because like it's a Shudder produced film, but it gets a theatrical release. And in fact, when I went to go see it, there were trailers for two other films. Another one is which I've seen recently. I'll talk about that one in a minute. But
Okay.
Late Night with the Devil, fantastic. Basically, what if Johnny Carson tried to summon Satan on air?
Okay, here's a quick question though. Better or worse than Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD?
See, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that question. Trauma movies are so bad they're good.
They're their own category. Okay, I'll
Right.
admit
You
it.
can't really
Sorry, my
compare
bad.
the two. Like, I love Sergeant Kabuki Man.
Okay.
And honestly, it's probably one of the most lucid films Trauma's ever made. But
That's horrifying.
yeah, it's really fucked up to think about that. Sergeant Kabuki Man. Yeah, Late Night with the Devil, very, very good. It's not perfect. There's still some issues. I think the third act kind of fumbles a little bit, but the way that the film is done, it's purported to be the recorded tapes of a broadcast that went on the air and that were recovered. But they also combine it with behind-the-scenes documentary footage, which it's a little bit of a stretch because it's done in a different style. But it's still fun. It's still fun. And then in the third act, like, the boundaries between, like, everything break in an interesting way, and there's some interesting cinematography going on there. But, like, for the most part, when you're watching this film, it looks like you're just watching, like, the squared-off screen of a TV with the kind of, like, haze of the late 70s over it.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing I want to see is I want to see it for the talk show.
And the talk show is fantastic. There's all these little bits that you recognize from, like, Carson and everything like that. In fact, Carson is a presence in the film, not there, but, like, he looms over everything because it's this one host who is kind of, like, going up against Carson constantly in the ratings, and he's trying to get that, like, one win. Yeah. That being said, not super... Okay, so when I say something is not scary, like, you have to understand that I'm a real freak.
Yeah. So totally not scary for you would probably give me nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, but even then, I'll put it this way. I think that even if I was thinking it from the perspective of someone who isn't me, someone who's probably wired appropriately, it's not that scary. It's still cool. There's some really fun little gore. There's a couple fun little, like, ooh, that was creepy. A lot of details, because I've seen it twice in theaters. So the second time I went and saw it, I caught even more stuff, on the margins of everything. That being said, I really, really liked David Dastmalchian, who plays the lead character. And, I was telling this to someone that I think he's like today's version of Vincent Price.
I kind of see him as like, he's sort of in my head in the Willem Dafoe vein, in that he can play anybody, and I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely can melt into characters for sure, but
He's good.
but beyond that, like, he is definitely like a horror nerd.
Yes.
He hosted the Chainsaw Awards for Fangoria. He wrote a comic book about a horror show host who ends up fighting actual monsters. He cosplayed. He cosplays a horror host when he does like promotional stuff for everything. Right, so he's just one of those, and it's just like Vincent Price. You know, Vincent Price being that guy who like went fully into it. You know, all David Desmalkian needs to do now is produce a cookbook, and he's there.
All he needs is a Scooby-Doo spinoff.
Which I guarantee you that will happen one day. He would be perfect for that.
Man, that would be so badass if he did like a 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo revamp.
You know, and then of course, you know, I loved him in the Suicide Squad as Polka Dot Man.
Oh, God, yes. I'm a fucking superhero.
Yeah.
That poor son of a bitch.
But yeah, great movie. I highly recommend it. It's streaming on Shudder now. I will probably watch it after we finish recording the show because I kind of got that itch. But that being said, if you want to make a nice double feature of it, watch that movie and watch Ghost Watch.
Ghost Watch?
Now, Ghost Watch was a short, not a short film. It was actually a feature-length film. It was aired on the BBC. And what it is it's done in the style of an investigative, like that UFO thing that you and I watched, where it was BJ Honeycutt, talking to experts.
UFO cover up live.
Yeah. So this is a actual host who was on the BBC at the time, and this is what gave it the credibility and it freaked everyone out. But he's sitting here interviewing these paranormal experts, and they have a live remote thing in this neighborhood and in this house where there's a haunting going on. Mm-hmm. And it's all done in the same kind of like period accurate broadcast standard. It's set in like 1992 or 1993. But it's a nice little creepy slow burn. Like it is slow, but I love slow burn horror. But yeah.
I was going to say, it sounds like what you're saying is, what if Walter Cronkite had done War of the Worlds?
Yeah, except this is about, like, a
ghosts.
Yeah, a ghost, and, like, and the background they give on the ghost, the way they parcel that out, and then the stuff with the live callers is a ton of fun. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, like, I would suggest if you can, pair Late Night with the Devil and Ghost Watch, and it is one hell of a fun evening.
That, you know, I may have to wrangle Gage into that, because that sounds like it would be fun.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. You know, you're going to knock out like 4 hours, but it's just a nice, creepy kind of evening. So, and I love my creepy evenings. So,
yeah.
When I went to see Late Night with the Devil, there were 2 trailers for other Shudder-produced films. Mm-hmm. One of them was called In a Violent Nature, which the only way I can describe it is it looks like it's over-the-camera documentary footage of Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 2 going around and killing people. It's very weird.
Oh, yes! I saw the trailer for that where it's from the killer's point of view.
Yes. And it's just like over the shoulder most of the time, him going from... and I don't know much about it, but it looks exactly like Friday the 13th Part 2.
It looks fun.
I absolutely am going to see that. The other film that they had a trailer for was Arcadian, which stars Nicolas Cage. That is the second movie I saw.
Arcadian?
Yes, Arcadian. It is a post-apocalyptic film. There is... the film opens with basically like him scavenging in this kind of like police state kind of, you don't quite know what's going on, and he escapes and he finds 2 kids. Now, I don't know if those were his kids or he found them, but he raises them, and it's these 3 basically men, the 2 teenage boys and him, in this like remote house dealing with every night they have to lock the doors and shit is trying to get in, scratching at everything. There's some other communities out there. So basically, if you like the kind of post-apocalyptic vibes of The Walking Dead or Fallout, it's a solid film. The creature design's fantastic. I love the creatures when they finally reveal those. My problem with the film is visually too goddamn dark.
Oh, man, I hate when movies are like, oh, we'll make it moody. I'm like, how about you make it moody but visual?
Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm in a dark movie theater. I see movies all the time. I'm watching this thing and I'm like, I can't tell what's going on at times.
Jesus.
Yeah, no.
It's a real bummer, especially because they also do like the raw shaky cam kind of thing, which
God,
I don't
it's
have
even
an
worse.
issue with that either. But when it's dark and the camera is shaking, and you're often zoomed up in these cramped quarters, it's not a very understandable movie at certain points.
Yeah, it's like when I saw like the first Nolan Batman, and it was dark and shaky cam, and I'm sitting there for like 3 minutes going, I can't tell what the hell's going on.
Well, what got me about that was Christopher Nolan and everybody talked about how they developed this very special style for Batman's fighting, and we're sitting here
Yeah, you
going,
can't see
I
it.
can't tell.
It's so dark and so shaky you can't see, other than you can tell there's a man in a bat suit somehow either fighting or dancing with some other people.
It's still a great movie, but yeah, like it's not
yeah.
the Dark Knight is superior as far as cinematography goes.
Yeah, no, I saw The Dark Knight and I was like, wow, I can actually kind of tell most of the time. There were a couple scenes that were a little too dark, but for the most part, I could tell what was going on a hell of a lot better than the Nolan films.
Yeah.
Like even that like subway fight with all the guys, even though it was kind of chaotic, it was a little more, it was very much more visual. You could see what was going on.
Yeah. Did I mention that Nicolas Cage is in the movie?
Yes, you did.
Okay, yeah. So Nicolas Cage, he's good. He's one of those actors where like he's either really good or he's just being Nicolas Cage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
So-
I understand. He can either act or be Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. So in this one, he's acting. It's very subtle. Like you can't mistake him for not being Nicolas Cage. But he's good, but he's underutilized.
That's weird.
Yeah, he disappears for a good portion of the film, and I'm not going to spoil like what I mean by disappears, but he's just not a factor for like
He's a draw.
most of the second act. Yeah, he's just out of there.
He's in there for the name, so you go see it, and then you're left with everyone else in the movie. I see.
Yeah, like, honestly though, fun movie. I think it's better than A Quiet Place. I think it does a lot of the same stuff as A Quiet Place, but I think it a little more interesting than A Quiet Place. So
Okay.
yeah, I would recommend it. Just if you're motion sick, you're probably not going to feel it because you can't see anything anyway.
Okay.
And yeah, so those are the two Shudder films. And then I also decided to do a double feature yesterday, just for the hell of it. So the other horror film that I saw was Abigail from Universal.
Abigail. Oh, okay. That movie. Mike, have you seen anything about this?
I mean, yeah, I've not seen it, but I've seen
Like the trailer?
stuff. I don't know if I actually watched the trailer, but
they like kidnap a little girl and she's a ballerina. And
yeah, I mean, seen like the poster and stuff, but
well, I
I
mean,
don't know much about
is it a big spoiler if I spoil the trailer?
No, the trailer
That-
mentions,
really.
yeah.
That she's a vampire and they don't know it.
One of the lines of dialogue is, "Oh my god, it's a ballerina vampire."
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so number one, this is like a goofy fucking movie, but like I had so much fun. Like if this is the approach that Universal wants to take to updating their monsters, I'm not going to spoil anything. Like even though like the writing's all over the wall,
Right.
Like 5 minutes into the movie, when you start noticing certain details, you know who this vampire is. But
Yeah. So here's the thing about this movie, and I don't get me wrong, I'm excited about it. I think it looks fun. I want to see it, but I think they may have gotten the idea from this one Stephen King story. Do you remember the story, and they did a movie about it called The Night Flyer?
Mm-hmm.
It's about a vampire that had like a Piper Cub and was flying from airport to airport and, killing people, and the reporter that was following him.
Yeah, during his cocaine days, yeah.
Right, yes. Okay, so he did a short story, and I want to say it was in Nightmares and Dreamscapes. It was a sequel to that, where there's this pedophile at a mall, and he abducts this kid who's looking for his grandfather, this little boy, and he's like taking him to go do his thing, and the kid is like bizarrely, I don't know, he's acting weird, and then, of course, driving away in the van, turns out Grandpa's Dracula rips the roof off and murders a guy and takes his grandson back.
So, I want to say something without, I don't know how much of this is a spoiler or not. But this is definitely a loose reinterpretation of a classic Universal horror sequel.
Okay. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, skip ahead about 30 seconds.
Yeah, so this is based... Oh, yeah. Okay, starting now. So this is basically like a loose remake of Dracula's Daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And like you figure that out like 5 minutes into it, and they never explicitly say such and such.
It's Dracula.
Yeah, but you like when you see the fucking D-shaped dragon mark on the fucking door.
Oh goddamn.
Yeah. It's really good. The cast is great. I was not expecting a Downton Abbey reunion when I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Dan Stevens, he plays one of the characters. He was Matthew Crawley in Downton Abbey. And then, let's see, who else was in it? Giancarlo Esposito was in it. Kevin Durand, who I've always been a big fan of Kevin Durand. Did you ever see the Strain?
It's been a long time.
He was the exterminator guy. Big guy. Great character. The other Downton Abbey character or actor was Matthew Good, and I'm not going to spoil who he is, but yeah, a lot of fun. Catherine Newton was in it. Melissa Barrera, I think she was in the latest Scream movie. Like a lot of fun, and like if this is the approach that Universal wants to take to the classic monsters, like I'm down for it.
Well, I feel like now that they're not doing the Dark Universe, they can actually do good monster movies based on the old stuff now.
Yeah, well, they are still doing Dark Universe. It's their theme park section of their Epic Universe park.
Whatever.
Yeah, the horror monster area they're doing is called Dark Universe. They actually have a storyline that's going through that. So it was a cute way for them to kind of like repurpose that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
yeah, no, I mean they've already copyrighted it. So.
So yeah, Abigail, a lot of fun. Between the three of them, I would probably rank my number one as Late Night with the Devil. Then number 2 is Abigail, and number 3 is Arcadian. I recommend all three of them. And I mentioned that I did a double feature yesterday, so I also went to see Spy Family Code White.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Wait, what is that?
Spy Family Code White.
Oh, Spy Family, right.
Yeah, it's a
sorry.
movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw that was in theaters, and I'm kind of peeved. I don't think I'm going to be able to see it.
Yeah, my showing was kind of empty, but I went to see the subtitled version.
Yeah, that's what I would go see.
Well, because my intent was when I went to the theater, I was going to go see the dub version because I'm like, I don't want to read right now. But then I saw that Abigail was playing at the same time and that they had the sub on after Abigail. So I'm like, okay, I guess I will be doing this then.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's nice. And, and the fact of the matter is, like, this month alone, I've paid for that movie thing 3 times over.
See, and is it Regal?
Yeah, Regal Cinemas.
Yeah, we don't have Regal here, so.
Yeah.
What do you guys have?
Cinemark and Malco.
I know
and
that
we also have that. I was gonna say we also have that B&B theaters, but yeah, none
I
of the
don't know.
big chains.
Maybe Cinemark is doing something like that. I know AMC does.
Yeah, I wish we had AMC. I'd have that bucket.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about, because I went to go see the movie, right, and I'm sitting because they're doing all the tickets through the concession queue now. Like, I hate that they no longer use the box office. It just feels weird to me.
Yeah.
But I'm in line to get my ticket from the concession queue, and I saw the dude with the Regal refillable bucket and drink, and I was like, I should do that with all these fucking movies I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so.
You're not paying for a ticket.
Yeah, because the cup would be like $14, but every time you go to the movie theater, it's $4 for the drink after that.
Oh, that's actually a good deal considering.
Yeah, and then the popcorn bucket I think is like $18, and I think it's like $4 or $5 for the popcorn. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking now, like, well, with all these movies I'm seeing, I should do that and just keep that shit in my car.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man, but like I'm thinking about that. And it's like, if that's something they're offering, I should take advantage of that. So,
True.
yeah. So I've been seeing a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So there you go, gentlemen. That was how I've been distracting myself.
Cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some in there I want to see.
Oh, now, which ones?
I want to see, Late Night with the Devil, and I want to see Abigail.
Okay, you should see Arcadian. It's pretty fun. Like if you like the kind of post-apocalyptic aesthetic, there's a lot going for it. It's just it's one of those things where it's just, again, sometimes it's too dark and too shaky.
Right.
But you
No,
still
I
have
understand.
fun with it.
And that's the thing that pisses me off, so I don't know how I'll feel about it.
Oh, okay, that's fair. You're just going to be miserable the entire time?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's like when I saw the second Matrix movie, and it was out of focus the entire time, and I had a headache to begin with, and by the end, I wanted to crack open someone's skull and take their health.
Wait, was the movie out of focus because of the theater, or was...
Yeah, they didn't put it in focus, like, some people went and complained, and nothing happened, and then they put it in focus during the closing credits.
Ah, what the fuck?
So
Well,
the
you need to
next
be able to
time on
read
the
it.
Matrix part was not blurry.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I was real mad.
Yeah.
I was ready to start screaming if my head hadn't hurt.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember that. Was I there?
Oh yeah, because you were like, "Wow, that sucked."
No,
Sorry,
see,
dude.
The only thing I remember that happened like that was seeing the Cowboy Bebop movie when like they didn't have any of the surround sound on.
Yeah.
And then like at the closing credits, the surround sound cut on.
Yeah.
It was only the only sound for the whole length of the movie was from the speakers behind the screen.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And none of the
God,
surround
that
sound
sucked.
speakers.
I remember that now.
Oh, man.
Yep. But hey, at least we got to see it in theaters.
Yep. That's they're doing a re-release of Spirited Away. I never got to see that in theaters, so I'm definitely
Never seen
going.
it at all.
Same here. I haven't seen it. I've seen like one Studio Ghibli movie, I think.
Yeah, I'm very, very sadly lacking on my Ghibli.
And
We could do an entire episode where I just like teach you guys about Ghibli movies.
well, I mean, I saw Ponyo.
I've not even seen that.
It's a cute one.
Me and Dusty watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other day I just put on Kiki's Delivery Service because that one's great.
I mean, I know they're amazing. It's just one of those things
I'm just
don't
worried
get around to watching.
all the well-animated food's gonna make me hungry and mad.
It's like watching Delicious in Dungeon. Anyway, okay, that was my distraction, Mike. Who are you going to make go next?
Kevin.
Oh, me. Okay. Well, let's start with a trailer that came out a couple days ago. Because I'm a big Transformers nerd, and I know Mike
me too,
is. David, are you passively indifferent toward Transformers, or how do you feel about them?
No, I like it, but I'm not like a super fan who's seen everything. Like,
Right.
I've seen a lot of the G1 animated stuff. I like the Transformers animated that they had on Cartoon Network for a while.
Oh, is that the... Yes, okay. I love that one because they had so many references to G1. Like when they had Hot Rod, they actually had Judd Nelson come back and voice him. And stuff like that.
I've seen like the first 2 movies.
That's all you need to see because they suck after. They suck before that and they suck after that.
But I'd say you're not missing anything. I've seen them all.
Bumblebee's
because, I would say the reboots after the
Bumblebee's good. Rise of the Beast is okay. Like the human stuff is actually interesting and you give a shit.
Like I'm a Transformers fan in theory. It's just I haven't found that Transformers thing beyond G1 and animated that clicks for me.
Prime was good. I enjoyed Prime. It had an ending too, so that was
that's a major step up.
Yeah, no shit. But so speaking of Transformers, for a while now they've been hyping that there was a new animated movie coming out that was taking place on Cybertron. It was the earliest thing in the timeline they've done since they tried to do the aligned continuity, which don't get me started on that. And it's called Transformers 1. It was supposed to be about the origins of Optimus and Megatron. I was real excited about that. And they said it was Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax, which, David, I don't know how much lore you know.
That was before Optimus was Optimus.
Yeah.
Yes, it's before... depending on the continuity you want to go with, let's just say it's before he got the Matrix of Leadership. How's that?
Okay.
And Megatron is, I think his designation is like D-17.
Something like that.
In the comics and a lot of the other stuff, he's a miner that becomes a gladiator.
Yeah.
Like an industrial worker that becomes a gladiator and becomes popular because of that. It's kind of like Maximus from Gladiator, but doesn't get killed by Commodus, Anyway, so this is about the period before that, and first off, there's some things I like about the trailer's out now, and it has Scarlett Johansson as the character that's going to become Elita 1, which is, if you're a G1 fan, that's Optimus's girlfriend, I guess. Hang on, I want to look up one name. Just a second, because I can never remember his name.
Keegan-Michael Key?
Yes, him. He's playing Bumblebee or B-127, which that got established in the Bumblebee movie. That was his name beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it makes sense because why would you be called Bumblebee when you live on
no insects?
Yeah, planet with no bumblebees.
Yeah, and they just apparently in the trailer they say we're just gonna call you Bee, and which I'm fine with that. And it's there's a lot of Transformers fans that are upset about the tone of the film from the trailer.
Yeah, I was a little put off by how quippy the trailer was, but hopefully that's they just packed a lot of that into the trailer.
See, I thought that, but then I also realized now a lot of Transformers media that's come out in the last while is aimed at me and Mike in a lot of ways. This is actually trying to get kids interested in Transformers again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I get it, and I don't have a problem with that. It's like the Mario movie. I'm probably not the target audience, but I'm gonna watch it, and it's probably gonna be fine for what it is.
There's only so many toys you can sell to fat old nerds.
Yeah.
There's nothing can compete with the buying power of kids that really
Mommy,
want
buy me
something.
that.
Yeah.
Mommy, buy me that. That's what they want.
Yep.
But let me talk about some positives here. First off, I didn't think I was going to like the robot designs from before they become Transformers. I like them.
Yeah, here's the thing. I like them too because the one thing that bugged me about the two Michael Bay films, I do not like the mechanical look of the faces.
Oh, God, I don't like anything about the look of the Transformers in those because they're just giant rotating metal blades. That is all they're just spinning knives with legs.
Like for a lot of the stuff on the designs, okay, I get it because again, there's a lot of moving parts here. but it's just the faces. That's what bothered me about those. So I like that they're
Robot
kind of
lips.
they're doing the smooth kind of robot faces for these ones.
It also, I think they're taking inspiration from Transformers Prime, because that's how the faces looked in Prime. And I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay with that. I like that Megatron's head is slightly different colored than the rest of his body. It's not black, but it's a reference to the very first Transformers commercial where they based his design on the wrong gun toy. So he had a black head with a silver face, and they're kind of going for vague reference to that. In the trailer, they get what are known as T-Cogs, which is what gives them the ability to transform. Now, I know this has taken up a lot of stuff in modern lore with Transformers. It originated in like a season 3 episode of G1 where they stole Metroplex's transformation cog. And it was just this big sphere with a gear on it. And that's what it looks like. And I'm like, hey, nice callback, guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's been, like, I remember in the IDW comics, they had T-Cog references and storylines.
It's basically the thing inside them that lets them transform.
Yeah,
like if you take it out, they're stuck.
Just like there's the spark that is basically the, soul.
Yeah.
There's the T-Cog, which is their transforming, gubbin.
And then there's something in them called a laser core, but like that's never been defined.
I've never heard that before, so it must have been like only used in.
It was in G1 and in a few comics, but like it's not brought up much because it was dumb.
Yeah,
I want to say something controversial.
Okay.
I kind of don't give a fuck about Cybertron. Like,
okay,
I understand it's like a plot device. I like Transformers because, hey, robot turns into truck on Earth. There's some space shit.
You like
in
it
the
when the
background.
tagline means something.
See,
robots in disguise.
Here's a problem though with the robots in disguise. That conceit can only last so long. Like, once you reboot and have them first coming to Earth, they're hiding. And, well, here's the thing about fighting on the planet Earth is sooner or later someone's going to find the fuck out. And, after a while, Transformers Prime really laid into that, staying hidden. I think they've done it the most. So if you're interested in that, David, you should really watch Prime. But even in that one, towards the end, it kind of just became an open secret because, you can't keep hidden that long.
Yeah. People knew about it, but, like, the public didn't know about it.
Unless you're, like, going for true, espionage thriller or something.
Well, but then that also means, like, you could have stories where it's like, okay, humans and Transformers living together, and then there's another threat. Like, move society. It's one of those things where it's like, an opportunity.
That's where Transformers 86 came in.
Okay.
Because that's what you get. That's why you have the future looking like it does.
That is a comic?
No, that's the movie. The 1986 animated movie.
Yeah,
that's what the future looks like with Transformers.
I know it is Transformers the movie.
Yeah, Transformers, the movie.
Yeah. The
one with the touch in it.
Mm-hmm. You got the touch.
The best fucking song ever written. So here's the thing: if you want to, I'm going to tell you one thing that's going to make you want to watch Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Magnus is played by Michael Ironsides.
Oh fuck!
Sold.
Damn.
So yeah, and of course Peter Cullen is Optimus and Frank Welker is Megatron. Also, nerd stuff. Chris Latta was the voice of Starscream.
Starscream.
I know. I feel terrible that all those happened, you fuckers.
Starscream.
Starscream. So, Starscream in G1 was voiced by a comedian and actor named Chris Latta. Mm-hmm. He also voiced Cobra Commander. Mm-hmm. He also played Mo Sizlak in the first season of The Simpsons before he died of throat cancer. If you're wondering how he got that raspy ass voice. And they've never really replaced him well. Like, the closest they came for a long time was they had Charlie Adler playing Starscream in the Michael Bay movies. Which, you know, Charlie Adler, he played Buster Bunny on Tiny Toons.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was fine.
Yeah.
In Prime, it's Steve Bloom.
Oh.
It's Spike Spiegel, and he is playing him. Yeah, okay, he's, you know, backstabbing, but he is such a snake oil. He is such a just slimy son of a bitch. It's great. And he's kind of effeminate and weird.
Okay.
And it's great. Like, they do a lot of interesting stuff with the characters.
Seems accurate for Starscream. Or should I say Starcream?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
Starcream.
this version is Starcream. I'm just going to say it. All right. The Steve Bloom version, that's Starcream. But back to Transformers 1. There's things I like about it. I like the designs. I notice at points the dialogue we hear, Chris Hemsworth is kind of trying to do a little bit of Peter Cullen.
I heard that, yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I'm cool with this. I also like the guy they got playing Megatron because I can already hear where this guy could easily transition from exasperated black dude to Megatron.
Yeah, that's Brian Tyree Henry, I believe.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the gentleman.
He was in the last two Godzilla and Kong movies. I know him from that.
Okay, all right. I probably know him then. I'm just, my brain's blanking on the movies right now.
He also played Miles' dad, I believe, in Spider-Verse.
Oh, shit. I love that dude.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Perfect choice. I love the voice cast. I'm really glad it wasn't Chris Pratt as Optimus.
There was a shot in the trailer of like a very massive battle, and I thought that looked really interesting. Like if I'm picturing like what War on Cybertron looks like, that was kind of what I was picturing.
Speaking of, Mike, speculation. Yeah. What do you think? You think that's a Quintessons?
That's what I've read speculation about.
Yeah, because the Quintessons were basically the slave masters
and
the
creators
and the creators of them.
Yeah, they created them as a slave race. Yeah,
in the G1 continuity. In some of the comics and expanded media, they came to Cybertron and enslaved them. But I also noticed they're doing the class system. Like there's a caste system on. So you talk about that. Mike.
Yeah, in the IDW comics, they kind of attempted this. I mean, they did it, but. So they had the functionist society. Basically, Transformers were divided by their what they transformed into, and by their function.
So if you turn into a tank, you're in the military.
Yeah, form a fleshlight
kind of thing. Yeah, exactly.
If you turn to a fleshlight, you're fucked. Literally.
Yeah, literally. So and that was kind of like the oppression that they rose up against, and that Megatron, coming from the gladiator he was, started a revolution.
Yeah, and it just so happened Optimus was just a better speaker.
Well, Optimus, I think if I remember right, Optimus wanted to try to politic it instead of do an open violent revolution.
It's like a Martin Luther King Malcolm X situation, like Xavier
a little bit. Yeah.
So but yeah, so it's interesting that they're going for a kind of a more grim origin with
with the
basically slavery and
and that's the thing. I'm looking forward to this just because of like the story elements alone.
Not just that slavery, but it implied mutilation, because they have, before they get their T-Cogs, they have literal holes in their chests, like they've had something removed.
Yeah,
and
I noticed that.
So yeah,
like there's a place for a T-Cog.
Yes, that's literally what it is. Like although I would argue that I think that if I remember right, that's where the spark should go. The T-Cog is actually kind of more stomachy area. It's like your sparks in your chest, and the T-Cogs kind of in your lower chakra or whatever.
Yeah, but can we agree that piss is stored in the balls?
Sure.
Okay.
But even then, I guess seeing a hole in the stomach isn't as impactful as one in the chest.
Yeah,
there.
just kids sitting there going, "He's hungry, feed him."
Yeah, so I can give them that conceit. But yeah, the fact that they're walking around with just open chest plates, with a hole in it, is pretty
Dark.
pretty dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I was going to say, you guys are selling me on like getting more into Transformers. You mentioned that the backstory was done in a comic.
yeah,
Which-
the IDW stuff.
Okay, so
IDW
just
publishing.
start with-
There's multiple continuity. So this
Yeah.
seems to be starting its own new continuity.
Which is supposed to also be in line with the current continuity of the movies post Michael Bay.
Is
Like,
this the
starting
new?
with Bumblebee?
Is this the new run? Or which run is it?
I don't really know. Like, Kevin, you seem like have read more about this than me.
Okay, so here's the deal. The Michael Bay movies were the beginning of the cinematic universe and were supposed to be part of what they call the aligned continuity, where everything Transformers was canon. And Hasbro immediately fucked that up. So
I'd say Michael Bay fucked that up.
well, Michael Bay,
that,
admittedly, Michael Bay fucked that up, but so did the guys that did the War for Cybertron games, because those were supposed to also be part of the aligned continuity. Basically, nobody listened to the franchise Bible,
yeah.
so they were just like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do shows, and they're all independent of each other, unless it's a direct sequel, and then we're gonna try not to say it's a direct sequel in case we fuck that up too." So. The Michael Bay movies were their own thing, and then they came out with Bumblebee, which was supposed to be a prequel to it, but it's kind of a soft reboot of the series because it immediately starts contradicting what happened in the Michael Bay movies.
Jesus Christ!
And then Rise of the Beast did the same thing.
Yeah, it just took it even further away from the Bay movies.
And like, the studio's trying to say, no, it's all in the same series, and you're like, no, because
the only reason the suits are saying that is because the Michael Bay movies made a lot of money,
and they don't want to piss Bay off because he's a producer.
Well, not that. I think that's less that and more of just they're movie producers and they're stupid.
Yeah,
and they think that if they keep saying it's the same as the Bay movies, people will keep seeing them.
Well, that's also why in this new Transformers 1, which is a prequel to Bumblebee even, because this takes place probably, 4 million years ago or some shit, like it was originally. This is the furthest back we've gone in almost any timeline for an actual story.
In any, filmed or television. Non comic book. I should say.
So, and this is kind of where it starts, and this is supposed to tie directly into Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast.
Okay.
And whatever comes after that.
Yeah. Now, if you're looking to get in sort of ground floor on a good Transformers series, I will once again say that the Transformers series from the new company...
the comic series?
Yeah, the new comics... fucking great. It is straight up G1. It's by that guy that did the Lucha comics. And I'm reading it and I hear the original voice cast in my head as I'm reading it, and it is so fucking good.
Hell yeah.
So I enjoyed what I read of the IDW comics.
Yeah.
It had its rough edges.
Sure. And I don't have a problem with those. I'm just saying that this is a good... Let's start over, and we're retelling
because there's so many. I think there's 400 issues if you count all the different series over a decade and a half or something like that.
Yeah. Didn't one of the Decepticons quit and live in a cave with a dog and start writing screenplays?
Yeah, so it started out as your normal, Transformers on Earth, and Autobots and Decepticons. Human characters and stuff, but after they basically went as far as he could go, like I said before, there's only so far you can go in the hiding on Earth thing,
right?
And they went back to Cybertron. Really, there was they left Earth behind. There was a couple of storylines after that set on Earth, in which one of them, in which Thundercracker stayed behind on Earth. I think he was essentially left behind by the Decepticons. He's the blue jet seeker, not the black one.
Yeah, the blue star scream for those.
Yeah, the blue star scream. But he started writing movie scripts under a pen name because he was like super infatuated with like their in-universe version of like was it Ally McBeal or
yes, it was, I think,
Grey's Anatomy, one of those.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He started writing scripts and stuff, and he had a dog named Buster.
Which I want to throw out there. Buster was the name of the human character in the Marvel comics. It was Spike's brother.
Now, is this a normal-sized dog?
Yes. It's in fact a kind of smaller, like terrier-sized dog.
That is amazing.
And just that was funny. That was never a mainline story, but it was several side stories that were pretty funny. And it had G.I. Joe at one point. Basically recruiting him for stuff
I remember when IDW had that Lovecraftian crossover that combined Ghostbusters, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I just looked it up. Do you know who is releasing these comics? What they're calling the Energon universe? Image.
That's right. It's like not Image itself. It's like a sub imprint, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still got Image on the covers. They haven't and it's all tied together with G.I. Joe, and they haven't actually launched the G.I. Joe series yet. What they have is Cobra Commander and Duke, two different storylines. Cobra Commander, they've managed to work in from the beginning the crazy ass Cobra Law shit from G.I. Joe the movie, and Duke, the entire story of his thing is set off in Transformers when Starscream basically destroys the jet he's in and like fly swats the pilot down. And Duke can't deal and goes on the run because nobody believes he saw a giant robot.
I mean, can't blame him.
Yeah. But and also the entire thing is revolving around, there's this new energy source called Energon, and everybody wants it. And where did it come from?
So, I mean, Rise of the Beasts had a G.I. Joe cameo, which they've now finally said, yes, they're going to have a actual tie-in. So they've been very coy about it for the last, came out a year ago or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, they are doing the movie.
Real goddamn excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the G.I. Joes still in like those weird Power Ranger suits that they were in that one movie?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think this is going to be basically a new
It's a G.I.
Joe continuity, because the Snake Eyes was dreadful. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was just not what I would call G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Having Snake Eyes basically talk for the whole movie until the very end.
It's kind of like, I don't know, if you had Master Chief with his helmet off for a whole show. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
Or Deadpool and you sew his mouth shut.
There you go.
Yeah. Snake Eyes talking is like Deadpool not talking, or Spider-Man not talking.
G.I. Joe's another one of those where it's like, I want to get into it, but I just can't find that hook.
Here's the thing. I haven't found the hook for that either.
There hasn't been any good G.I. Joe in the past, 30 years.
Though.
Well, up until...
The new Image stuff. Apparently, they still bring Larry Hama in to write stuff for them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which, he wrote the entire run of the Marvel series. Mm-hmm. He wrote all but one of the file cards on the goddamn packages. Mm-hmm. You know who wrote that one other file card?
John Byrne.
Stephen King's kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Stephen King's son, huge fan of G.I. Joe, and his dad pulled a favor, and they let him write Dr. Mindbenders.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, so that's us talking for 30 minutes about fucking Hasbro stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just really excited for Transformers. We're getting a bit of a renaissance in those comics. The new comics are fantastic. I'm looking forward to the G.I. Joe Transformers movie. I'm hopeful. I'm real damn hopeful.
Like, as long as the G.I. Joe, like, as long as they're not doing, like, the Power Rangers stuff with the G.I. Joe and they're actually, like, stereotypes and weird costumes, like, that's what I want. I like it. I like my wrestling the same way. I want to see a guy dressed as a Sheik beating a guy wearing a new Ushanka.
I want them characters. I want them to be individual characters.
David, that's the best way to put it. G.I. Joes should really be basically wrestlers.
Yeah.
They had fucking Sergeant Slaughter as one. So.
Dude, if he doesn't get a cameo in this next movie, something is wrong with the timeline.
Yeah, they could literally take a bunch of the WWE stars right now and just, like, start putting them in G.I. Joe shit and it would work.
Well, I mean, like, literally, Sergeant Slaughter was in G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
he was in
absolutely.
As
Sergeant like, why isn't John Cena in a G.I. Joe movie?
Dude, who would John Cena be?
Okay.
Duke?
No.
Duke. No, he would make a good Duke.
I feel like Duke is too straight-laced. I would
Flint?
Either Flint or Bazooka.
Okay.
I want him as Bazooka because Bazooka is just a big, dumb, funny meathead.
I don't know. I think John Cena has too much range to use him there.
Yeah, no, John Cena has a lot of he's legitimately
get a wrestler.
Actor,
get a wrestler who's really is just a dumb meathead.
Okay, fine. Flint. I can deal with Flint because that gives him Lady J to work with. He was way more interesting than Duke.
Yeah.
And he was voiced by Race Bannon. So, yeah.
See, I don't know enough about modern wrestlers to, suggest others. Yeah.
Native American for Spirit. I mean, anybody but Ray Park is Snake Eyes.
I'm trying to think who you could slot Batista in as. I can't think of anything offhand.
That's Bazooka.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, here's a quick question, and this is an important one for me. Shipwreck.
Oh,
the guy that looks like he's a member of the Village People.
Yeah.
Which, man, if you haven't watched Venture Brothers,
yes,
they have
Shore
a
Leave.
version, Ship Shape.
No, Shore Leave.
That's right, Shore Leave. My bad, it was Shore Leave, and he was
Sphinx.
He was like Mike. He wore the blue shirt, but was like tied. He
was partnered with Holy Diver. God, I fucking love the Venture Brothers, man.
Yep, but nonetheless, Transformers, G.I. Joe, great stuff coming. Read the comics. Go buy them, but if you can't and you want to get caught up real quick, you can go to certain websites that we won't tell you where they are. Just saying.
You know what I'm still sad that they have not done much with?
What's that? Visionaries?
Mask.
Oh, yeah, no, here's the thing. Mask could totally be in the Transformers continuity with like experimental artificially created T-Cogs.
Yeah, I mean, or just there, while the Transformers are still like in incognito. They're
the masks are powered by Energon. The vehicles transform because of shitty Earth-made T-Cogs.
Just half found. Like they find a half of a Transformer corpse, and salvage stuff off of it.
Fuck you, Blitzwing.
Well, I mean, maybe they find it in, vehicle form, so they don't know it's actually like a sentient being.
Throw in some dino saucers, and you've got the dumbest thing ever.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You went there.
I'm just saying,
Air Raiders.
It's a vehicle with all this weird tech, so they don't know it was basically a person.
It looks like it transforms,
and so it pisses off like everybody. Until they're like, sorry, our bad.
Oh, God, Mike. One of the Decepticons, like, whoever they get to be their medical officer, reanimates a corpse and, like, throws it out there to fight. And it's like, look, see, this is what it's like for us. Fuck. Here, see what I've done to your leader? What's his name? Washington? Yeah, fuck you. Fight zombie Washington now. I'm sorry, I'm kind of smitten with this idea. I'm picturing, like, Soundwave being like, look what you did. But, Anyway, that's my distraction. That's one of the things I'm distracted with this week. Mike, do we want to take a break before we do yours?
How far are we in?
Oh,
Is it
almost
break
an
time?
It's an hour.
Yeah, it's break time.
Yeah, break time. You gonna do it?
What? I thought you were. I mean, we said it's break time. That was the cool. That was the key. That was the thing. The what you call it?
We're professionals.
No, we're not. We don't make money at this.
We're non-professional working men.
Yes. But that was the cue. That's the word I'm working for. Break time. That's the cue. Hit it.
Hi everyone, this is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
Mm-hmm. And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show.
We are back, and I think most of our bladders are drained. So, Kevin, you had another thing you wanted to...
Yeah, this is not really like a topic per se. I just want to throw out there...
Some extra information, some errata.
And some errata. No. If you're interested in learning more about Transformers lore and characters, there's a YouTube channel, Chris McFeely. He does the basics, Transformers the basics. So like the basics on Galvatron, the basics on Shockwave, or the basics on the aligned continuity. He goes into major detail, and he also troubles, and since Hasbro bought him, he also goes into like GoBots and Rock Lords. So definitely recommended if you want to learn about every goddamn thing Transformers related. And then he'll go back and do update videos when a new series comes out on a character. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Its channel it's at Chris McFeely on YouTube.
All right.
Or just look up Transformers the Basics. I'm done.
Okay, so you're done. So one thing I did want to say before I really get into my segment, because I'm next, is what came from Amazon today. It kind of dovetails into Kevin's topics.
I forgot about this. And I got something related. Yeah.
I just hefted him up here, the box. It is what is going to distract me for quite a while, probably tonight and the next few days. It is the Lego Optimus Prime kit.
Ooh.
And it transforms, doesn't it?
Yeah, it transforms. Now, when I first saw pictures of it, I was a little put off. It's a little, like the head's a little wonky, but there are fan rebuilds where you basically reuse the pieces in different ways to make it look a little more authentic. But it was like 20% off on Amazon. So I was like, and usually when Lego sets start going on sale, that usually means they're going to be discontinued soon. So I was like, I'm going to pick you up. So I got him. That'll be distracting me. In the future, I can report back how long it took me and how much, sleep I lost building it.
Right.
This might
tend to get...
I'm sorry, this might be a dumb question, but because Transformers originated as a Japanese line of toys that was remixed, like, do they have Gunpla style Transformer kits?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
actually.
there's a couple different, like I have a couple I need to build. So, and they're from different companies. Like, there's this one company, Flame Toys. They make a set of kits that are a more stylized, non-transforming
Oh, they're badass,
transformer.
though.
Yeah, they're very. It's
They're more Gundam versions of
Yeah.
Optimus and what have
yeah,
you.
they're definitely a little more in that Gundam kind of Japanese
Streamlined,
style.
yeah.
Yeah, very I don't know, very
Less-
angular, very
less boxy.
complex. Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of very simple, primitive, boxy shapes, which the especially G1s tended to be. They're very angular, faceted. Kind of look like kind of like if a very athletic dude was wearing a
Who makes those
Transformers
again, Mike?
costume. Flame Toys.
Okay.
And there's others too, but I'm not sure if Bandai actually makes. I don't think Bandai has any actual Transformers ones, but yeah, there's a lot of them, a lot of third party companies that do them under license.
David, I'm going to send you a link in host chat to what they look like, okay?
Okay. Let me pull it up.
Just a sec.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Oh,
and
fuck.
it has
Yeah.
God damn.
I told you, man.
Holy fuck.
And-
I want it.
they've been a lot more free lately. Like for a while there, Hasbro was kind of tight with the license, and like they wanted to make everything themselves. Like they for the building toys they wanted to use their own Mega Blocks brand, and for anything basically if they wanted to make a Transformers of it, they just tried to make it themselves, and it was not as popular, it turns out. So I guess they finally saw the light that they could make just as much, if not more, money by doing, partnerships with other brands.
Yeah.
Why can they not do a movie with this fucking design? This thing is so fucking hard. I love it.
I know. Now, before we move on to Mike's other thing, and this is Mike related, so real quick, when I was a kid around 1987, my mom got me for my birthday and gave to me just before work. Wouldn't let me open it, but gave it to me so I knew it was there when I got home. Tomax and Zaymot, the Crimson Twins from Cobra. They ran the Crimson Guard, and they came in a 2-pack with like mirrored plastic on the sides. It's real cool. And for my birthday, Mike got me those and didn't know that my mom had gotten me those for my birthday when they came out.
The new G.I. Joe classified,
the
what is that,
6-inch.
6-inch, figures.
So I was tickled. It was that and the They Might Be Giants shirts were the best things that happened to me that day.
Hell yeah.
So, Kevin, you notice in this this Optimus Prime, he's got the same kind of crotch out stance as the
Why is he
Jinrai.
thrusting?
That seems to be a very kind of Japanese pose. It's kind of sunken stomach, but chest and crotch kind of forward.
Yeah.
Seems to be a very, kind of samurai style pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, but whatever.
It looks cool.
Yeah, no, I like their...
David, I got another one I just posted in chat, so you can take a look at that.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, that's one of the kits I have.
Of course he does.
Of course I have that kit.
Oh, hey. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's RC, and
Yeah.
like if you look through the pictures, it's like, well, that's
Yeah.
sexualized.
The promotional
Yeah, it is.
photographer had a lot of fun with this one.
It
And I
Obviously.
guarantee you
a
he
very
kept even more photos.
sexy
Oh
RC.
boy.
But it's at least it's not as bad. There was one company that it was a so you have third party which make licensed versions of Transformers. Then you have the KOs, which are knockoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't necessarily always like make exact copies of Transformers. They will make their own designs. They're very evocative of certain Transformers, and they will be named something different. But there was a RC knockoff that had literal, like it had different chess piece you can swap out. It had like 3 different chess pieces, and one of them had literal breasts. Like they were even soft silicone and everything. And like going, You perverted motherfuckers.
Mike,
Huh.
they have a jazz, and it is the most badass thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
see, and the problem is they have the model kits, which are fairly affordable at, under $50. And then they have the statue, or not the statues, but the actual figures, toy figures, which are like in the 300s.
Yeah, which is what I'm looking at, and it's $309.
Yeah, no, it's banana boats.
Yeah. No, and this isn't even your topic.
No. So my topic, and well, it's not my topic. I'm just going to introduce it. I'm sure we'll all have plenty to say about for the last, week and a half almost. Mm-hmm. Kevin and I have been watching the Amazon Fallout TV show. And
Oh my God.
I have to say that I have not seen as good of a transition from, game adaptation probably ever. Like,
Yeah.
I guess, well, on one hand, Fallout is easy because, as long as you're not trying to represent the characters in a specific game, you have a lot of freedom.
It's a broad world.
Yeah, there's a whole world. You can take an area that's never been covered before and create your own stuff and not really run afoul of anything. Although, I guess I could say this is a little bit of a spoiler. Looks like for season 2, we're going to have some direct links to at least one of the games.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
We had a couple of links to
Well,
the
yeah.
games.
But there were no real direct characters. There seems to be a
Oh,
lot of
okay. You mean
chance.
yeah, because like one of
Yeah.
the main locations of one of the games is a crater. In
Yes.
the show.
Yes.
Shady Sands, the most important town. Which, spoilers. There's going to be fucking spoilers. If you don't want to hear about Fallout, you're
Yeah,
fucked.
we're going to talk a lot about this and spoilers, although I guess we won't try not to give away the main
The
plot
Here's the
points.
thing: anyone who's wanted to watch it has watched it already. Every
Well,
fucking
not
nerd
necessarily.
I know.
Not necessarily, but yeah. It like Shady Sands is like the first fucking town
And see here's the thing is
in
that
Fallout, period.
I wasn't up on the lore, so I didn't really know the importance of Shady Sands. I don't think it was ever touched on in 3 New Vegas
No,
or
because
4.
that's all, except for New Vegas, that's all East Coast. So
Yeah, so this was a Fallout 1, I guess, or 2
Fallout 1
thing.
and 2 a bit, because, it all, by the time 2 happens, the new California Republic's been set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of, that like in Kellogg's backstory in 4, but not as much.
Yeah. So, so how would I describe Fallout for somebody that doesn't really know about it? I would say, so Fallout, the Amazon Fallout show is very accessible for someone that doesn't know. Because a lot of times people that hear there's this established franchise and, well, are they going to understand it? Don't worry about that. It is
Everything you need to know is in the show.
yeah, it doesn't handhold, but it doesn't really. It explains everything you need to know. You have to understand. It's pretty obvious from the front that there was a nuclear war. A lot of people survived in these giant, supposedly humanity Ark style vaults underground. And this is ostensibly part of the story. So I did like that, it wasn't just about the vault dweller.
Well,
Yeah.
So in the games, you play a vault dweller, except for New Vegas, really.
like
but
the show. The show literally starts how every Fallout game basically starts, with a
yeah.
vault
In the
dweller
vault.
coming to the surface.
and you come to the surface.
Except for 2 and
Yeah.
New Vegas.
Yeah. But, you pick it up really quick, and it has its own, storylines and everything, so you don't really have to know anything ahead of time.
Yeah.
And
Again,
so,
everything you need to know will be presented in the show eventually.
you follow the Vault Dweller, but there's also, which is Lucy, the
Which, best character ever, I think.
yeah, she's this great mixture of competent yet naive. Yet, not completely naive.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
I love that girl.
And then there's Maximus from the Brotherhood of Steel.
4 intelligence.
Oh,
0 charisma.
That dude.
Look, I've heard him described as wasteland himbo, and it's perfect.
Just him staring at the TV that has the repeating image of the waterfall.
It
with
just,
the popcorn.
just like, guess I'm gonna stare at this for like 3 hours and eat popcorn.
But yeah, so
And yet still kind of likable in his own way.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's talk about the most important and most beloved character of the show.
Oh, you mean dog meat?
Dog meat is best girl.
True.
Every and that's the thing I just want to throw out there. If you're playing Fallout, except for New Vegas, there's a dog meat.
Mm-hmm.
New Vegas has Rex the robot dog, but same spirit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and then there's the Ghoul,
The Ghoul.
which was played by
Walton Goggins.
Yeah. So he's probably pretty much the biggest name in the show,
And
as far as I.
God, what a great character.
But yeah, no.
He's the murder hobo player.
Yes.
Yeah, but and the thing is, as the show goes, you realize, man, this motherfucker's got every reason to be doing what he's doing.
Yeah. And for a while there, you're thinking, which way is this guy going to go? He could pretty much go either direction. You're like,
I feel like he's chaotic neutral.
pretty much. He's in it for himself, but he's not, amoral.
Yeah, I feel like
Maybe he's definitely lost some of his humanity, but that'll happen when you've lived for, who knows how long,
Yeah.
200 plus years.
yeah. Which ghouls are, for those that don't know, are irradiated humans that essentially become immortal, and they're horribly scarred.
They're also deteriorating. They basically have a shelf life.
But I
And they
think,
go mindless.
which they added something to the lore with that serum,
Well, I think
which
that
I feel that they only use that if you're starting to turn feral. I don't
What?
think you need that unless you're beginning to turn feral.
from the doctor.
No.
What?
Yeah,
No, the stuff the ghoul uses
he
in the
kept using the
inhaler
inhaler.
that keeps them.
No, I think that's more of a because that's just all that was it Radaway? Radex is one of those. He said it early on. I think it's just more of a staving it off.
Because
Yeah,
he
but I
was,
still think-
when they encountered that other ghoul that was kind of like losing it, and
Yeah.
he was asking for some of that. My assumption was that it was like something to help stabilize them from going feral.
Yeah, I still think it's only once you start to turn feral that you need that.
I mean, I think it's an inevitability that you'll turn feral without it.
Sure, but it's a matter of, how long can you last?
It could also be that, if you start using it as soon as you turn into a ghoul, it probably would help too.
Maybe.
Yeah, because this
is shit we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's magic Fallout radiation.
It's magic ghoul juice.
Well, no, I mean all of the radiation. In
Oh,
Fallout
yeah,
is
no,
just super magical.
Yeah, because technically they should all either just be dead or cancerous.
Yeah, just be full of tumors. Like it's just one walking tumor
One
that
thing,
falls over.
one thing that we should mention about the ghoul is that like a good portion of the show is done in backstory. Where
I love that
which
shit.
that was my favorite part of the show because it's set up like, okay, so he was the model for the Fallout
Vault Boy.
Yeah.
Vault Boy, yeah.
Vault Boy, yeah.
The band.
Also, can we just talk about how delightful it was having Matt Berry
Yeah.
as Mr. Codsworth?
In
which,
New York City?
if you've ever played Fallout 4, the name of your butler robot now makes complete sense.
Yes.
Yes.
But the model is like what, Mr. Handy, something like that.
The Mr. Handy robot.
Mr.
Yes.
Handy robot.
Real quick thing about that. I was upset that it wasn't the voice from the game at first.
Yeah.
Because that dude's got a very distinctive voice. I'm like, he's right there. And then the voice said something, and I suddenly heard from the IT crowd, "I will, Father," in my head. I was like, oh shit, it's Matt Berry.
Yeah.
Confound you, electric sex pants.
Yes. Oh, a gun. I wonder if it's loaded.
Click, click, click.
Yeah, no, I fucking love Matt Berry so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am. There's two. Sorry, you go ahead, Mike. Keep going with your thing. Toward the end, I'll discuss my two disappointments.
So it was a little limited in like scope, I guess. They probably had a limited budget, so we didn't get some of the bigger and more fanciful, enemies. There's
super
quite
mutants.
There's quite a few,
They hinted
big
at a
bads.
super mutant.
But I mean, it also gives them something to, up the ante and up
Yeah.
the stakes in season 2 and or 3.
We did see a Deathclaw skull.
Yeah.
I'm not
That was
saying
good to
where,
see
I'm
that.
not saying why, but there
You
was a
have the,
Deathclaw skull.
Yao Guai.
Yeah.
Yes, I was glad to see a Yao Guai, which I saw that, and immediately I thought of Three Dog from Fallout 3. I was like, don't feed the Yao Guai.
Yeah, so last night I started playing Fallout 4 again after who knows how many years. So I did not remember I had 209 hours in Fallout 4. And this was from whenever the last time I played was.
Yeah.
And 2, like the first time I ran across a Yagwai while walking, I was like, oh, this guy's kind of went down like a bitch.
Yeah.
Or Titus was just a terrible person,
Well, he was too
fighter.
busy screaming, Ma, that fucking cat's back! I love it was him. What's his name, Rappaport?
Yeah, Michael Rappaport. Kind of an asshole, but
Oh, my
like,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, like perfectly cast for such a character.
Oh, absolutely. Died like a bitch. Yep. Yeah, okay, so like I was going to say, I was disappointed there were no super mutants, but we did get one hinted when they were rolling it through the Enclave.
Yeah, and isn't there a problem with like being West Coast with super mutants?
It's more of the fact that on the West Coast, Death Claws are intelligent,
Oh, that's right.
And can talk? But like, I don't know. I feel like super mutants might have got wiped out on
It's
the
not
West
not all of
Coast.
them. Weren't there Death Claws in
Oh,
New
yeah,
Vegas?
no, I know, but in California specifically, there are intelligent death claws, so I can understand why they would avoid that.
It might not be all of them, though.
No, not
It's
all
also
of them,
been
surely.
long enough, maybe all the intelligent ones got wiped out.
Oh, yeah, by the feral ones.
I do wonder if like throwing in the super mutants may have just made the season feel too crowded. Because
Sure.
again, you've got 3 protagonists. One protagonist, you're getting their backstory, so that's technically a 4th protagonist.
Yeah, which I fucking adored the backstory stuff. I will say there was one character from the games in there, and that was Mr. House.
Yeah, I caught that, and
Yeah.
like, should we discuss the because I think people are misinterpreting what happened and why the bombs flew.
Yeah, they were just talking about...
They were spitballing like
That wasn't-
we could just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that
But
they
they
actually fired the
didn't.
nukes.
Yeah, they didn't, but they were thinking about it.
Which
Yeah,
is
how do you
just as
know they
bad.
didn't?
Well, in the games, it spells out it actually was China, but
Well,
it may
here's
have
the
been
thing.
they may have been manipulated into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, or they could have set off all they have to do was set off one.
Just one little
Yeah.
nuke is a treat.
Yep.
Yeah, one.
Just, you know,
just Vaultco would just have to set off one.
Just a little
and
nuke.
in China.
Vault-Tec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Vault-Tec or the whole
Yeah.
consortium.
Well, you said
there.
Vault-Co, and I was like,
Vault-Tec,
well,
or
let me
Robco,
be that
whatever.
guy.
Yeah. That's just a totally purposeful, condensation.
Oh,
of
right,
all
you
the,
did that on purpose.
yeah,
My
sure.
bad. Let me shut up.
But but no, to just set off one bomb in China and they would be like, oh shit, Americans, and start nuking the shit out of us and we nuke the shit out of them.
Yep. Yeah.
So I could see it still going either way. Because like there was still hostilities beforehand, so there's
Set design was
with
fucking
China.
incredible.
oh,
Oh
God.
my God,
That was
the
the
vaults.
first. That was the first stuff I saw were set pics from the vault sets, and just looking at those, I was going, "Wow, it's like they just filmed in the game."
Yeah,
I
and
mean, the colors were a little more vibrant, but that wasn't a green hue over everything.
It was vibrant the way Fallout 4 was vibrant, which is fine, which is
yeah.
natural fucking light.
yeah,
well, and then I also like they really went with like the whole alternate U.S. history. Everything is just 1950s aesthetic, which like is a hard sell for some people, but I think it worked out quite well.
Well, I saw a video that goes back and explains that in the Fallout universe, the microchip was not invented.
Yeah, it's all transistors.
Yeah.
It's all transistors and vacuum tubes. So now maybe those got miniaturized, but
Well, so in a little pedantic way, a vacuum tube and a transistor, the only difference between their function is the size. So what I would say probably the distinction where you could, come up with a Fallout universe is it, being kind of the prevalent thing is that the promise of the widespread nuclear dissemination was actually fulfilled and actually like viable.
Yes.
Like, so in reality, turns out nuclear power was very difficult and expensive. So, like I said, Fallout already has magic radiation. So you can just extrapolate to being that in the Fallout universe, the radiation was a lot easier to deal with. Therefore, you can put nuclear batteries in everything.
yeah, cars, televisions.
Yeah. Just
I
put little reactors in cars, reactors for your houses, and all that. A little nuclear battery for your Pip-Boy. And just the miniaturization of energy density could have totally changed the trajectory of world technology.
We're also talking about a game series where ghosts and aliens also exist, along with magic and witchcraft. So
you could also say that there was alien technology influence there because
not like the real world in the Gaeta treaty at all.
Hush.
This is the other show, Kevin.
Sorry, my bad.
No, fiber optics didn't come from aliens.
It's just one of the things I like most about the show is just kind of like, this feels like the game. Like this feels like this could have been like a Fallout 5.
Yeah, no, it hit the tone perfectly.
The humor, I mean, they had a VATS sequence basically in the second episode. No spoilers on what happens, but like there is a sequence done where it's like, well, this is VATS, and I'm okay with it.
I mean, it helps that from everything I understand, what's his name, Nolan? Which Nolan is?
Jonathan.
Jonathan Nolan is a big fan of the series anyway. Like he played the games, so the fact that he's a Nolan, so he gets basically a blank check. And he's a fan of the game, probably just made it.
Now, I want to bring up the music.
Yeah.
The fucking music, first off, is great. Secondly, the other thing I am disappointed about is we didn't get Butcher Pete this season.
You have to save some bangers for season 2.
Yeah, and that better be in there, and it better be somebody like going insane with a machete or something.
Yeah, I was waiting for Skeeter Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a lot of great music in Fallout.
They had one of my favorite songs, though. They did have Crawl Out Through the Fallout.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I wasn't too happy that they chopped it in half and only used half of it, but
the entire time
they
Lucy was wandering around, she should have just had her Pip-Boy radio on, and we just hear the radio constantly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Man,
that's one of my favorite things.
If she had that on and we heard Three Dog, I would have lost my shit.
Well, no, she's on the East Coast.
West Coast. He left D.C. Canonically, he left D.C. and we don't know where he is now. So he could be back on the West Coast. We don't know. Fighting the good fight. Ow! Sorry about that. But no, what got me excited, and this is like we're watching it with Gage. When she's in that one place and she holds up the flag, and the actual Fallout theme played.
Dun dun.
Yeah. Gage just was watching, and I looked back at him, and he just went, "I just came." I was like, "Yep, nope, this is nailed it." Held it back and nailed it.
So one of the cool things about this show coming out is like it's getting everybody to replay the games, and I guess today 100,000 concurrent users on Fallout 4 on Steam.
Yeah.
I saw a thing that said like Steam sales of Fallout 4 have jumped up to like 174,000%.
Jesus Christ.
I saw a thing saying that the current player count is up from, pre-release. It is up 7,500%.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Like, because here's the thing. I watched
and
the
I'm
show.
one of them.
I watched the show, and I immediately jumped on Game Pass, and I downloaded Fallout 4, because I was playing Fallout 3 in the lead up to the show, but then I was like, I want to try Fallout 4, had never played it.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it really is fun.
You've seen, like, I'm on it a lot.
Yeah, no, every time I look on fucking Discord, you're on mobile, and it says, playing Fallout 4. I'm like, hey, cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, so, a lot of people like New Vegas, and I can say
it's great.
New Vegas has the best story outright.
And again, it's
like
Obsidian.
The best writing.
It's the guys that made Fallout 1 and 2.
But I like Fallout 4 better because of the mechanics. Like it runs better. The shooting feels better. All the mechanics of the power armor.
Yeah.
Like where in Fallout 3 and
It's
New
just
Vegas, it was
armor
basically
pieces.
you had like a helmet piece and just a suit piece, and it was just like you change it just like you would any other clothes. Whereas this, it's basically a vehicle that you can change parts on, and
they nailed that in the
and
show.
fix.
Getting in and out of the power armor, it was extreme.
Yeah.
It was the same as in Fallout 4. And I was like, oh, good.
Yeah. So I just really like 4.
Yeah.
And 76 because it carries over pretty much all the mechanics.
Me and Mike, sometime this week, I need to re-download it, and you and me just need to start a playthrough of 76.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, speaking of the game, I downloaded a thing from the Creation Club that's free right now, David, so you can go get this yourself. It is moddable Vault-Tec suits.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm running around in a red jumpsuit with a giant number 69 on the back. And I downloaded a mod, and I have a red Pip-Boy. So, when I did the red, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be Joel from MST. No, 69. I am a big fucking weirdo.
I just finished up the Silver Shroud storyline.
My favorite fucking okay, did you talk to everyone as the Shroud?
Yes, no, like that's the only thing you can do. Like it's you will face the justice of the Silver Shroud.
You will face the justice. I fucking love that. Also, can we agree? Nick Valentine is the best character.
I haven't gotten to Nick yet. Here's the thing. Like half of my time is spent in my settlements building shit.
All right.
That's the real downside.
I understand. Let me tell you something. Nick Valentine, first off, you know how your companions give you like a perk or something? Yeah, Nick will hack terminals for you.
Well, I'm already a good hacker.
Yeah, well, yeah, but robot, grizzled, Humphrey Bogart style
that
detective.
is cool. That is cool. Don't get me wrong. Right now, so I did download that everybody's favorite boy mod where you get to take dog meat with you and a partner.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
So right now I'm running around with Kate, and dog meat, and I'm just
not Piper.
Oh, I don't know. Something about Kate clicked. I do want to work with Piper. I do want to work with Hancock.
Now, is Kate the one from the
combat zone?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the bar fighting drug addict.
Yes. Okay. I was wondering if it was going to be her or Curie.
Yeah, I haven't. See, and the thing is, I'm spending so much time working on my fucking settlements that I'm only doing like little bits of chains at a time.
Right.
There's so much to do in the game. Like this is the anti-Starfield for me.
Yeah. No. And that's kind of like fucking the Outer Worlds is what Starfield should have been. But anyway.
Yeah, I was very disappointed when playing Starfield. I'm going, what is there to do? I'm just
it's a less full Fallout 4.
Fallout 4, you can't like walk, 50 feet without tripping over something that's interesting to do
Or
read
see.
or see.
Or
Yeah.
just the random encounter table. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like the number of times you run across like
Super
a
mutants.
dude a dude having himself at gunpoint. And one of them's a synth. And you don't know which one. And you're like, well, and you get sucked into it where it's like, you solve this. It's like, fuck.
I had a great gamer moment today on Fallout 4, actually.
You mentioned that. What was that?
So one thing that I do is I finally decided, I'm going to go ahead and do some of the mods. So I got the dog one. The Xbox selection of mods isn't great. Like, there was a radio mod I wanted that they don't have. But I found a couple other ones that are just like different stations with different music. 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe a little 70s in there. So I have one of those stations on. I'm in a fort, and the fort is filled with super mutants. So I get into a fight with one of these super mutants, hit him with the shotgun. They all start swarming me, and in the mod I have on the radio, Frank Sinatra's "That's Life" kicks in. So I am running through this fucking fort, shotgunning these super mutants, making their heads explode to the sounds of Frank Sinatra, and it was like something out of the fucking, like a trailer for a season 2. Like, just beautiful, like, synergy of the timing of the music, me just destroying shit. Oh, so good.
That reminds me, Mike. Okay, now there's a part where you see a de-aged Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah.
Mike, tell them what you told me.
I said, I came to the realization, this was like this morning. I got out of bed and I was like, I don't know why. I guess it was one of those things that like stewed overnight. And I went up to Kevin. I said, son of a bitch, the Fallout TV series actually had Bethesda face. If you've played any of the Bethesda games, the faces are
the weak
uncanny.
Point. Yeah, there is a thing called Bethesda face, and it is most notable in Fallout 3 and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
I don't know, man. I've seen some pretty fucked up faces in Fallout 4.
Yeah,
but
look, I thought I did a good job with my character, but I hadn't seen my character in a while, and I loaded it up last night. And I saw my character in cinematics. I'm like going, wow, that's some Bethesda face.
I made what I thought on this new playthrough I started today. I made what I thought was a cool looking guy, and I realized, oh shit, I made young Steven Seagal. So fuck me, right?
Yeah. So you can't escape the Bethesda face, and the young Kyle MacLachlan was definitely Bethesda face.
Yeah, I give him credit for that.
Not the best de-aging, because he can do de-aging really well.
Yeah, he just looked like a smooth old man.
Yeah. I don't know. You say you can do it well, but I think it's more, miss than hit in the de-aging. Unless you spend a lot of time and money on it.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing. I think they did a great job with Michael Douglas in one of the Ant-Man movies. Yeah.
No, I think Disney and whoever they use for de-aging definitely hits it, but I think they also spend a lot more time on it because it's more of a centerpiece. Where this was kind of a, it was a flashback.
We need to do this.
Yeah, it needed to be there, but it wasn't.
We've certainly grown since Tron Legacy.
Oh, yes.
Boy. Let's not go there.
I love that movie, and even though the CGI is wonky, I applaud them for having the guts to do that.
It was impressive for the time, but we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, even Disney can't always get it right. Look at the Star Wars de-aging.
Sometimes you get the Carrie Fisher face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get Luke in season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Which is better.
Mm.
Well,
I don't know, just fucking recast people.
Yeah, it was still not that good because, the guy ended up deep faking it and got hired because he did such a better job.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I mean, I kind of agree that I think de-aging is, I mean, it's fine. Like, so in this instance, like yes, when you have the actor in there, you might as well do it. But yeah, if you don't have the actor in there at all, you might as well just the original actor. You might as well just recast it.
Yeah, like Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker,
that would
motherfucker.
be great.
Do it, cowards.
Yeah, do it, you cowards.
You fucks.
Oh man, so Fallout.
Fallout.
Yeah,
It's great. It's fucking great.
It's fun, and the best part is right now, all of the games are super fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
So
they're
get it. Like I got it through Game Pass, and I'll probably end up like buying it and buying the game of the year bundle that has all the DLC, just because like I'm having a ton of fun, man.
I'm fortunate in that I've had them since release, so yeah. I honestly, Fallout 3 came out, we watched our friend play it over at his house, and I went home and bought it.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah, no,
It's funny because I have a friend who I talked to you about this, Kevin. I'll throw this out to Mike as well, but I have a friend who's doing a Fallout tabletop.
I would love to play that if I weren't already in a game on Sundays.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's I can't get it. I can't find the opportunity to join him for that, but that is something I would definitely do because I love the setting. And
I have considered buying the PDF of that.
Yeah, you should. You should probably do like see if you guys can do a spooky dice bag special or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. But I mean, just tabletop Fallout sounds great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I'll
Sit there for 45 minutes making your character.
Yeah. One little thing. I mean, it's not a big deal. But me being a car person, I did notice like in Fallout, in the games, I should say, okay, in the Fallout games, all the cars you come across in the wastelands, they're very retro futuristic in that they evoke classical like 50s and 60s cars, but they have, kind of futuristic slants and that they're kind of exaggeratedly long and swoopy, and like they usually have like some kind of like reactor in the back of it, because they're all supposed to be nuclear powered.
Man,
or in Cooper's car, he had the sliding door.
Well, so that's what I was going to get to, is in pretty much all the cars in the show were just real cars, which, is fine. I understand, because you can't just make a whole shit ton of custom cars just for a TV show. So I can't, like I said, I can't be too mad about it. I'm not mad at all about it, really. But it was just a little...
That was your disappointing
not even disappointing, but kind of just a little immersion breaking, because I can go, that's, that's an old Ford, or that's a Packard or something, where, there was one car, though, that was in Fallout that was basically a real life car, which was the... it's called the Messerschmitt something, or it was made by the airplane company, but it was like the little single seater torpedo
the one
car,
the one Bud had.
But yeah, he does drive up in one, so they did have that. But I'm glad they found one of those to use in a scene.
I just had something pop into my head.
Okay.
Fallout related.
Okay.
New Vegas.
Okay.
There is a character in New Vegas called Yes Man. And Yes Man is an AI that talks like this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's Dave Foley from The Kids in the Hall.
Oh, shit.
And if they go to New Vegas and I don't hear Dave Foley, I'm going to be real mad.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I just had the best idea.
Oh, no.
What if they did a Fallout special where it's just the kids in the hall as vault dwellers?
I want Kevin McDonald in this now real bad. And Scott Thompson as, I don't know, Buddy Cole the AI. No, Buddy Cole as a ghoul. Just him talking about you have no idea how much ass I've had in the last 200 years.
And that's our Kids in the Hall reference for the episode.
Yep. There we go. Oh God,
shit.
I am so happy this show came out, and it made me so mad about the Wheel of Time again.
Yes, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
No,
Like
you
a-
can
like
be
a
the
father.
disappointed father. I'm the angry mother. I'm one angry mother.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's too much energy to be angry. I don't have that much energy in me.
I
I
don't, but
feel
I
ya.
do it anyway. So,
Fallout.
Mike,
Yeah,
do we have any other segments after this?
I don't. Y'all got anything else?
No. Do we have a game?
I do have a game.
Ooh.
It's a shitty game though.
Okay.
So it's a
Don't get-
game.
Don't get your hopes up because it is not the best.
Mike, I am expecting nothing but the worst.
So each of you have an assignment. So
Okay.
what we're gonna play, we're gonna come up with a set for each of us. We're gonna play a game of Marry, Fuck, Kill.
God damn it.
Oh no.
So, but you have to come up with a trio, but they have to be somehow linked. Like, could be like, some actors that were in the same movie or something. It just can't be three random people. Just some kind of, they don't have to, don't have to be known as a trio, but the three
Okay.
have to come from.
Okay, and we're
a
giving
link
these
thing.
to each other?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I've
Yeah.
got mine.
Oh,
I think I've got mine.
So I'm giving it to both of you or one of you?
both of us. You're just
Okay.
going to throw it out there and we have to answer.
Okay.
And you can answer yourself if you like.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. Dave Foley, Kevin McDonald, Scott Thompson.
That is completely unfair, sir. Because I can't kill any. Well, actually. Actually.
So it was Dave Foley, Scott Thompson.
And Kevin
Kevin
McDonald.
McDonald.
I'm killing Kevin McDonald.
What?
I mean, he's so annoying.
What?
I mean, I like him as a comedic actor, but I could not if I have to kill one of them.
Is it the voice?
Yeah, a little bit.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Everything's fine. We're fine. This marriage is fine. I could see that now. Okay.
Like, I already know the answer of
because
who
he's
the
aged
fuck
the
is.
best.
Well, Scott Thompson, obviously.
No, I was going to say Dave
that-
Foley.
No, Scott Thompson's the fuck, man.
You marry Dave Foley. You fuck Scott
Well,
Thompson.
okay. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Fuck Scott. I'm not saying fuck Scott Thompson. I would fuck Scott Thompson because he'd be fun.
Yeah.
I would marry Kevin McDonald because he
Really?
seems like he would be a loving spouse. I would kill Dave Foley because me and him I can't be in a relationship with another conspiracy theorist.
I didn't know he was a conspiracy
Oh,
theorist.
he is straight up like a supernat kind of guy.
Oh,
he is
no.
he is doing shows about fucking aliens and Bigfoot.
Is he
and
a true
conspiracies.
believer, or is he
Oh
just
yes,
doing? Oh,
yes,
God.
he
that'd
is a
be-
true believer.
That'd
I
be
did
a
not know
topic
that.
for the show.
What, celebrity nut jobs?
Well, not celebrity nut job, but celebrity believers.
Yeah.
that's-
Well, that's
that's
I
the
just
same
said
difference.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to
I
be
just said the
diplomatic
quiet
here.
part loud.
I'm trying to be diplomatic here.
Okay, but I agree with Mike on the Scott Thompson part, but like,
I think I don't know. I might flip flop now and kill Dave Foley, fuck Kevin McDonald.
and marry Scott Thompson.
I don't know, maybe. I mean,
What are you doing, my butt?
I just look, as much as I like Kevin McDonald as a comedic actor, I could not have him in my life for more than
No, I'm
TV
sorry.
episode.
I'm sorry. Just I imagine coming home and he's like, I made soup. You know,
I just
he's
hot,
like
hot.
the
Kevin, you're gonna come home, and you know what he's gonna say? He wants his water hot, hot, hot.
I want it hot.
Yes.
No,
That's what it's going to be.
Okay,
He
but
wants his soup hot.
hot. Here's the thing. I like him because he's like the Canadian Don Knotts.
I see. I never liked Don Knotts.
I love Don Knotts.
And who doesn't want to fuck Don Knotts?
Me.
I want to marry him. I didn't say I wanted to fuck him.
Oh, okay.
It would be a loveless marriage.
It'd be like, yes, with the kid in the hall with whom I live a lie. That was a fun one, David. Okay.
You want to go, Kevin?
Okay, sure. Fuck, marry, kill. Mm-hmm. Oh God, what's his fucking name? Jesus Christ! I just blanked on his name. Okay, sorry, get it. Ed Norton, Brad Pitt, Helena Bonham Carter.
Ooh, well,
The Fight Club Trinity.
Shit.
Who wants to go first?
Well, are we talking about the characters or the actors?
Oh, the actors.
Oh, the actors.
Yeah.
I'd kill Ed Norton.
Yeah, you know what? Hands down, I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
I
I'm kind
hear
of
he's
with you
not a
on that.
great person.
Yep.
Fuck Ed Norton, apparently.
No, you kill. Yeah, okay. Screw Ed Norton. Yeah, as a person.
I guess I'd marry Helen Bonham Carter because, have her around for longer. And, Brad Pitt would just be a one-night stand because,
Interesting.
yeah.
David?
Yeah, so kill Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Fuck Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
Marry Brad Pitt.
Really?
He would take care of me.
You know,
That's true.
here's one reason I wouldn't marry Brad Pitt. He doesn't take showers every day.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
He might have gotten over
Well,
that. But
if he wants to stay in my house, he's going to take a shower every day. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You march your naked, handsome butt into that shower, mister.
Wash out those cum gutters.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know how I'd go with those two, but definitely kill Ed Norton.
We could all agree. Kill Ed Norton.
Ed Norton must die. Okay.
Nothing personal against you, Ed, but I'm
No,
sorry.
it's personal.
It's a
I
little
wouldn't.
personal.
It is personal. I wouldn't actually kill him, but I ain't marrying or
If I had
fucking
to-
him.
If I had to choose of those three someone to kill, he does not make it easy for himself to
I'd
stay
fuck
alive.
Emo Phillips before I fucked Ed Norton. All right, I'm just saying.
I have butterfingers.
I'm sorry. I just thought I had a condom already.
Hit it, Daddy, hit it.
Spank my bottom.
Fuck.
All right. So
I want to fuck you like an aminal.
Oh God.
Damn it.
Look, I've seen Emo Phillips live.
Oh God. Now you got one up on us.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ready for mine?
Yep.
Ready for me to lay it on you? Marry, fuck, kill. Mo Howard, Larry Fine, Curly Howard.
Oh my God. Okay, thank you for not going with Shemp. All right, I just want to throw that out there because the only other valid third Stooge is Shemp Howard. All right.
Yeah.
Joe DeRita and Joe Besser and Curly Joe do not count.
No,
All
no.
right. That was past their prime. So.
And they just remade like half the episodes anyway with these other actors or other people. It's like,
All right.
what's
yeah.
the point?
Okay. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill Mo Howard
I mean,
because
I
I ain't getting slapped.
I can't argue with that. He's domineering.
And I know you're probably talking about the actors, but I'm going with the characters.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's really the only impression you have of them. I don't
Yeah.
know what they are like as people behind the scenes.
From everything I've heard, Mo Howard was opportunistic, but not a bad guy.
Yeah.
But because motherfucker tried to keep the Three Stooges going after everyone else was dead.
Yeah.
Like he was in a wheelchair and was like, "When I do the next movie," it's like, "What? you can't breathe. You can't slap anyone. What
You
the fuck?
slap him and he turns to dust.
His hand falls off. What the fuck? He is a ghoul. But anyway, point is, I'm killing Mo Howard.
Okay.
Because I'm not getting slapped. I'm fucking Curly.
Yeah.
He's
Whoop,
got
whoop, whoop.
he's got the energy.
Yeah.
And it'd be hilarious, the first time you go in, whoop, 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 whoop,
God damn.
and I'm marrying Larry because I want to take care of him because he's had a terrible life, and I want to be able to buy his adult diapers for him. Have y'all heard about that?
No.
He had like IBS and like weak bladder, and like there were times they'd be filming and like they'd stop because there'd be like, what just happened? And Larry went, Mo, I pissed on my shoes.
Oh yeah, I remember you.
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
God.
like, yeah. So I want to take care of him. He deserves better. And also, like, if I kill Mo, like, the entire left side of Larry's face had no feeling because of nerve damage because that's where he took all the slaps.
Oh God, I never
Jesus
knew that.
Christ.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, I want to. He needs to be taken care of. He needs a hug.
yeah.
So I'd marry Larry Fine for that. David?
Honestly, your answer is my answer.
I was gonna say Kevin, with all his wealth of knowledge, just like tainted the.
No,
I
I'm
just
going to
answered
defer
it
to
for you.
Kevin. I'm going to defer to Kevin Heyman about which of the Three Stooges I should fuck, marry, and kill. That seems like a sound piece of decision making.
Join me next week for another episode of The Fuckable Stooge.
It's like that time we played the Star Wars Trivial Pursuit.
Oh,
Kevin
God. I just
knew
murdered
everything.
y'all. Yeah. It's like, this man was fired from Lucasfilm. Dykstra? Yeah.
Yeah. Another friend and I that were playing with Kevin, he went so far ahead. We just rummaged through all the
For Final
cards
Jeopardy, as
for
it
the-
were.
For the last one, because he was like, we're like half through with our little pie pieces, and Kevin's already in the middle and wanting his last question. So he rifled through and found what we thought was the hardest question that we could find, and he just like, I mean, was a little unsure of the
Yeah.
answer, but he still knew it.
Yeah, so this special effects artist was fired for his work on Battlestar Galactica and started a company called Banned from the Ranch, and I just, Dykstra?
And we're
Because it
like,
was John Dykstra.
yeah, we're just like, oh fuck, and just like,
Oh, yeah, no,
Set the game on fire.
I have never seen two people lose their shit so quickly.
just yeah, because we were like, you know, me and the other guy were like, oh yeah, there's no way he knows this. There's
No
way
fucking
not.
way he spent all of his childhood watching stuff about Star Wars and John Dykstra doing Battlestar. No way in hell he's gonna know
You
this.
remember this one guy's
This
name?
one dude with the weirdest last name in the world.
Not that weird.
I mean, that's like, I'll never forget the name from The Simpsons, Kid Kill, Larry Kid Kill, the one that was gonna take care of Apu's children. Yeah, Larry Kid Kill. But yeah, god damn it, yeah. So once again, the fuckable Stooge.
All right. So do we have anything we need to wrap up with?
Just listen to Spooky Dice Bag and Supernatural Selection.
Yeah.
The fuckable Stooge would make a great name for a combination comedy club and brothel.
Yeah, or an album or band. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the revamped Lollapalooza. Headliner is the fuckable Stooge.
I was gonna say just like a comedy club hookup bar.
Yeah.
There you go.
So well, I guess with that we're
Good game, by
done.
the way.
Yeah, we're done. Let's yeah. How did you like that for just pulling it straight out of my ass?
Better than mine. That's very good.
I did come up with a game just to have on hand in case you whiffed it, but
well-
you did well. You did well, friend.
Good news. Next week, you get to use it, David.
That's right. Oh.
Yeah. Hang on to that bitch.
So I guess with that, it's time for us to climb our way out of the distraction hole.
Yeah. Now, have you got
Why
a
is
positive
there poop in
affirmation?
it?
Oh shit! I need one of those, don't I?
Yeah.
My positive affirmation.
Glad you're
is-
not dead.
Is half price drinks at the fuckable Stooge.
Be the Stooge you want to see fucked.
Yeah, be the Stooge you want to see fucked in the world, because nobody else is going to do it.
What you mean the fat one that like does the curly shuffle?
You know, actually, the funny thing is, with hair and dress. He dressed really great all the time.
Yeah.
And he was considered the most handsome of the three brothers.
He was the most fuckable Stooge.
He was literally the fuckable Stooge.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, Mo!
I couldn't do the voice. I just stalled on it. I couldn't get it. Hey, Mo. Hey, Mo. You want to go fishing?
You got worms?
Yeah, but I'm going anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa.
God damn it. I should have done that. Anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're done. I mean, what else am I supposed to say?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening. Maybe. If you didn't listen, you suck.
Be a fuckable Stooge in your life.
Be the Stooge you want to fuck. Fuck the Stooge in your life. I don't know.
Stooge the fuck.
Yeah. Stooge the fuck up.
None.
Yeah, I got nothing. I mean,
Okay, we're done. That's it. We're done. Bye.
okay.
Goodbye.